Folks, buckle up. Today, we're diving headfirst into the world of stealth technology and the future of aerial warfare. We're talking about the B-21 Raider, the US Air Force's next-gen bomber, and trust me, this baby is going to change the game in ways you've never seen before. If you thought stealth planes were already cool, get ready to have your mind blown because the B-21 is on another level. Seriously, it's like James Bond meets Tony Stark, but in a bomber. And it's not just about being invisible, oh no, it's about surviving, thriving, and blowing the competition out of the sky. Let's take a trip down memory lane to where it all began. Remember the F-117 Nighthawk? Yeah, that edgy, angular jet that looked like it was designed with a ruler and a dream. It debuted in the late 70s, and everyone freaked out because it was practically invisible to radar. But it had some limitations: speed, for example. It couldn't break the sound barrier without turning into a Christmas tree on enemy radar, lighting up like Rudolph's nose. Despite these challenges, the Nighthawk laid the groundwork for what was to come. And then came the B to Spirit. This beast hit the scene in the 80s and looked like a flying wing straight out of a sci-fi flick. It took stealth to the next level, not just evading radar, but doing it while carrying a whole load of bombs across continents. The Beta proved its worth in the Kosovo War in '99, smashing targets with pinpoint accuracy, all while staying practically invisible. But as with all things, time moves on, and so do enemy defenses. Now, fast forward to today. The US needed something even more advanced to stay ahead of the game. Enter the B-21 Raider. The world is increasingly developing, and the arms race between countries is increasingly tense, forcing the United States to develop its weapons to a new level, and the race for military aircraft is a hot issue in today's times. So, what makes the B-21 so special? For starters, it's smarter, way smarter. The B-21 Raider isn't just a bomber. It's practically got a brain. Northrop Grumman, the mastermind behind this marvel, has given it an open-source architecture. It can easily be upgraded with new tech as it comes along, like an iPhone that doesn't need to be replaced every 2 years. This thing is designed to stay cutting-edge for decades, with minimal maintenance. It's like the MacBook of bombers, just way cooler and a bit deadlier. Another jaw-dropping feature, the B-21 can go completely silent during a mission. We're talking full-on ninja mode. In the event of an attack, it can shut down communications and operate autonomously, carrying out strike missions without ever giving away its location. Think about that for a second, an invisible, silent, self-sufficient flying fortress that could be hovering above you, and you'd never know. Spooky, right? With such technology, this makes any opponent who hears about it worrying and feel insecure. It's invisible, can carry a lot of bombs, and can fight automatically. Who wouldn't be afraid? And don't even get me started on its weapons. Sure, it's stealthy, but it's not just a ghost in the sky. It's packing serious heat. This bad boy will debut as a conventional bomber with a full arsenal of weapons, including the Boeing GPS-guided Joint Direct Attack Munition JDAM. But that's just the appetizer. The B-21 is also wired to carry the B-61 variable-yield nuclear bomb. Yes, you heard that right, nuclear. And if that wasn't enough, it can also launch long-range standoff nuclear cruise missiles. Basically, it can deliver a nuke from halfway around the world without ever being detected. If you're thinking that's terrifying, well, you're absolutely right. But hey, it's a good kind of terrifying, for the US anyway. Nuclear bombs are something very scary, but this plane can carry a few just in case. This does not mean that the plane will deploy nuclear bombs on the enemy. Only when ordered by the country or related to survival will nuclear bombs be used. But this also has the meaning of a deterrent to the enemy. Hearing about nuclear bombs makes everyone worried. So here's the kicker, the B-21 isn't just a fancy new toy, it's a strategic game changer. While the Beta Spirit was iconic, it had limitations, cost being one of the biggest. Each Beta set the US back about $2.1 billion. Ouch, that's a lot of cash, even for the Pentagon. The B-21, on the other hand, comes in at a relatively modest $700 million. Still pricey, but when you consider what it brings to the table, it's a steal, pun intended. Plus, Northrop Grumman has learned from the B-2's mistakes. They've made the B-21 more maintainable, like you can actually fly it regularly without burning through the budget. It's designed to be what they call a daily flyer, meaning it's not going to sit in a hangar collecting dust. This is a bomber that's meant to be used, and often. And let's talk survivability. The B-21 is built for the future. It's got a streamlined, almost seamless body that minimizes its radar signature, making it even harder to detect than the B-2. It can fly higher too, potentially over 50,000 feet, giving it a massive advantage in avoiding enemy fighters and early warning systems. It's like playing hide-and-seek with an invisible jet, and spoiler alert, you're not winning that game. Although it is a technological weapon, the production and maintenance costs are not low, which makes experts have a headache because the cost is too high. But in return, the benefits it brings are not small. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, China. There's been a lot of chatter from Chinese military analysts about how the B-21 could shorten the US's response time in the Pacific. The Chinese are keeping a close eye on this, and while they've got some long-range missiles that might pose a threat, the reality is the B-21's stealth capabilities could still give it a significant edge. The People's Liberation Army isn't taking it lightly, but let's be real, they're probably sweating bullets over this thing. Here's where I weigh in. The B-21 Raider isn't just another bomber, it's a symbol of where warfare is headed. It's not just about brute force anymore. In modern combat, information, precision, and stealth are king. The B-21 checks all those boxes and then some. It's adaptable, deadly, and virtually undetectable. More importantly, it's designed with the future in mind. With the ability to integrate new tech seamlessly, the B-21 is setting the standard for future air combat. And while I'm sure other nations will develop their own versions of stealth bombers, the US is clearly staking its claim as the leader in this space. In short, the B-21 Raider isn't just the next big thing, it's the future of aerial warfare. And trust me, folks, the sky is no longer the limit when it comes to what this bad boy can do. So whether you're a military enthusiast, a tech geek, or just someone who loves to see cutting-edge innovation at work, keep your eyes on the B-21. This isn't just a plane, it's a revolution. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay tuned for more mind-blowing content on the future of technology.